Those urgent rescue efforts underway after that devastating tsunami hit without warning overseas. A volcanic eruption apparently triggering underwater landslides, and officials fear it could happen again.
Here is what we know this morning. At least 373 dead, more than 1,400 people injured, and at least 128 people missing. And for rescue crews working around the clock, time is running out. ABC News senior foreign correspondent Ian Pannell is right there in Jakarta. Ian, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, Dan. Heartbreaking images emerging from the devastation caused by yet another tsunami to strike Indonesia. While a frantic rescue operation is now underway here, there are warnings that the dangers still may not have passed. This morning, desperate search and rescue efforts continue on the destroyed coast of Sunda Strait as fears grow of yet another tsunami. The military and volunteers racing against the clock to find survivors, digging through the endless piles of debris for anyone trapped underneath. The grim sight of body bags now becoming all too common. A popular Indonesian band were performing on the beach when the tsunami suddenly crashed through the stage, taking band members and the crowd in its path and many of their lives. The tsunami destroying hundreds of buildings, hotels and homes after coming to shore. Cars and trucks thrown into buildings and on top of each other. And now its aftermath showing the devastation it left behind.
These rooms where people were staying just completely destroyed. You can see the beds there, ruined.
The National Disaster Management Agency confirming this morning that Indonesia's early warning system isn't set up to detect landslides and shockingly hasn't been working since 2012, meaning people have no time to escape. More than 370 killed, over 1,000 injured, and those numbers continuing to rise as rescue workers try to get into areas that haven't been reached yet. With the hospitals either wrecked by the tsunami or too far away, doctors are flooding the areas to treat who they can. And families outside clinics and hospitals hoping to reunite with their loved ones. Nearly 12,000 have been displaced. The tsunami triggered by an underwater landslide after a volcano erupted. The so-called Child of Krakatoa has been erupting since June and is situated in the ocean between Indonesia's most crowded islands. The areas lined with beautiful beaches, a popular destination with tourists and expats, especially during the holidays. Well, this morning, residents living in those coastal areas being told to stay away and not go home because of the fear that more tsunamis could happen as that volcano continues to erupt. Dan?
Ian, thank you. Let's go right now to Steve McAndrew, who's head of emergency operations for the International Federation of Red Cross. Steve is in Jakarta right now. Steve, thank you for joining us on what we know is a very busy morning. Let me ask you, since we know time is of the essence in a situation like this, what are the biggest challenges you're facing right now?
Well, the biggest challenges we're facing right now is that it's now nighttime. And our search and rescue teams are still going through debris, through houses that have been affected, and they're still trying to find survivors at this time. And at the same time, we have still an open risk of other tsunamis that may occur within the next 48 hours.
We know there are hundreds and hundreds of injured. What kind of impact is caring for the injured having on the rescue and recovery efforts right now?
We've recently run tsunami simulations and exercises prior to this within the previous months. So it's having an impact because we have to bring in resources from all parts of Indonesia and from Jakarta. So we're bringing in emergency health teams, we're bringing in ambulances, but we're still doing the basic search and rescue teams while those other resources we're bringing in are helping to triage and transport patients to the local and regional hospitals.
How much hope are you holding out that you can find more survivors to be rescued?
So we are holding out full hope. So we have seen, I personally have seen people that have been rescued in some of our Red Cross earthquake operations up to 11 days after the event.
And can you give us a sense of the extent of the damage that your people are seeing on the ground?
As in any coastal area, especially a tourist area, there's damage to hotels, There's damage to resorts. There's a lot of damage right along the coastline, and some of the coastal roads are affected and they're inaccessible. So we're having to access different areas via helicopters, via boats, and at the same time the Indonesian military and the government are going full out with their efforts and making access. Every minute the access is getting better. So the challenges are access, the damage goes inland, but there's a point where the tsunami did not reach, and then everything is as it always was before.
Steve McAndrew from the International Federation of Red Cross, we thank you very much for your time during this incredibly busy time, and we wish you the best of luck with what you've described as a monster job.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.